What's going on YouTube? This is Matt the Lawn Care Little Guy, and today's video is going to be all about blade sharpening. So if you have questions about sharpening blades, I'm not saying I got the answers, but I'll tell you how I'm going to do it. Just stick around after the intro. Alright, welcome back guys. Hey, before I get started on showing you the blades and my technique on sharpening blades, how about I just welcome my new subscribers, those who are just tuning in for the first time, and I just want to invite you guys, if you haven't already subscribed, to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You should see it down in the lower right hand corner of your screen. It'll say either LCLG, or it'll say the Lawn Care Little Guy, something like that, but you'll see a little thing. Just click on that. And if you have a little bit of time, if you particularly like this video, just go ahead and hit the thumbs up for a like, and then share it if you think that this might be valuable for someone else. Okay, so today I've got actually three different mowers I'm going to be sharpening the blades on, and one of them is going to be the Toro Time Master, one of them is going to be my Gravely 34 ZT34, and the other one is going to be my Honda HRX 217. All three of them have different kinds of blades, and there's all different kinds of reasons to actually sharpen the blades. One of the things that you might want to pay particular attention to is if you're mowing quite a few lawns in a week, believe it or not, even if you don't hit anything, those blades are actually going to dull up. Just going across the grass makes them dull. Okay, so but if you do have a habit of hitting things, you're going to find scarring, pitting on those blades, and you're going to want to make sure those are nice and cleaned up. And also something else to look at is on the edge of your blade, if it's rounded on the tip of it, well, you have to understand that that's where it does most of its cutting. So if that's not sharp, then it's not going to be doing a very good job. Okay, you might have some cut quality issues. So I'm going to show you my blades, and we'll just kind of take a look at them, and we'll see what you think, if they're in good shape, bad shape, if you think I hit a lot of things or whatnot. So I'll tell you this right now, I don't remember hitting anything, okay? And I appreciate the angle right now. So let's see here, I got this one. This one is off of my Gravely, only one side of it. I've got two. And you guys can tell me what you think, but I don't think they look too bad. That's one side. You see the edge there? That's still pretty rounded. I do have some gashes right there. I might have hit something here and there, but you can see I'm running my finger across it, and it's not even hurting me at all. That's pretty dull. There's the other side. And I don't sharpen my blades as often as I should. I'm actually lucky to do it if I do it once a month, but I'm actually on a 2-week deal. But right now it's the lawns are really wet. We had a lot of rain today, so I'm taking this opportunity to do some lawnmower maintenance. So that's one of them. Here's the other one. I won't show you this one. This is actually the second blade on my Gravely, and it actually looks very much like the other one, so I'm not going to worry about showing you that one. The next on deck is going to be for the Toro Time Master. I use this mower an awful lot, and I'm looking at it. It could be a lot better, I'll tell you that. I will tell you that. Listen, I don't know if you can see it, but right about here, I've got a nice little scar on the edge of that. That's not going to cut very well, guys, but I do still have a pretty good, not too bad this way, but I'm probably going to take a little bit off the top here and a little bit off the front. Again, I can run my finger over it, no problem. How's the other one? Ooh, this one's worse. This one's worse, guys. Oh yeah, this one's way worse. I must have hit something. Check this out, guys. Look at how horrible that is. Yeah, that's not going to cut butter, guys. Well, it might splat butter, but it's not going to cut it. Not clean. All right, we got some work to do on this one, and I'll give you a strategy. And here's for my HRX 217. I really don't like these blades. I don't really like the cutting system or anything, because one of the things that tends to happen, I think this is where my cut quality comes from, that I don't like. And if you've seen my past videos, you know that I really don't like the HRX 217 that much, and the biggest reason is the cut quality. Everything else is great about the mower, but these blades tend to round off real bad. See how my blade goes whoop, whoop. It really rounds. I think that's why I'm leaving these strips. I'm not sure. I don't even know why it does that, but that's the way it's always been. So every time I sharpen these, I've got to take a pretty significant amount off of this blade in order to get that to where it's not rounding off like it is right now. I want to get this straight. Boop, boop. Okay. But other than that, it actually looks pretty good. Now, oops. With the Honda, it uses two blades. It uses two blades, and I thought it was going to be superior for mulching. And I'm not going to say it's bad mulching, but it's not my favorite. Okay, but there's two distinct blades from each other. One of them sits on top of the other, just like this. So the bottom one the top one cuts it first, and then the bottom one comes across and hits it again. So my guess is the bottom one probably be in a little better shape. And honestly, my guess is about right. So you can take a look at it. It's not too bad. The only thing I don't like is it waves. It waves like that. I can't remember if that's the way it is brand new or not. But it looks pretty good. Still pretty dull. I can run my finger across and it's still not too bad. But this is probably the best looking blade out of everything that I have. Okay, so now you've seen my blades. You've kind of seen the condition and you know how often I actually do sharpen my blades, although I would totally recommend doing it once a week, especially if you have the time. That's how you maintain your cut quality. Now, I haven't done a whole lot of research on sharpening blades. However, this is something that I can tell you. There is an ideal angle on that blade, okay? And most of us don't have a very good eye for that. And there's machines out there, very expensive machines that put that perfect edge on there with the angle that it grinds at, and then also what they call a blunt, which is the front side. The front side, okay? It's not the angle, it's the front side is what they call the blunt. Believe it or not, from my research, from what I could tell is you don't actually want a razor sharp blade. There's an actual blunt on that, and what I've heard is it's a 10% slope, I guess, or angle on the blunt side. So it goes from 30 to 10 is the ideal for a blade from my research. Now I may be wrong, okay, I haven't totally done this, but part of the reason why is because I'm not going to buy that piece of equipment that puts that perfect edge on it. What I use is just a bench grinder. So we're going to get to it here pretty soon. I'm going to go get my safety goggles. I'm going to get some hearing protection because that's important. This is going to be loud. Safety goggles is because if you can see, there's all kinds of dust right here. That's metal shavings, guys. That's what's coming off of my blade. It's shaving it so fine, grinding it so fine that you get these little metal shavings. You can get that in your eyes. So if you're going to use a bench grinder or do any grinding whatsoever, you need to have some safety goggles, and it's loud, so I can have some hearing protection. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, I'm back. But my goggles are a little fogged, so I'm going to fix that up real quick. Just safety glasses, really. I keep on saying goggles, but they're safety glasses. Some kind of impact rated eye protection is best. Now, if you look on your safety glasses, you'll know if they're impact rated because somewhere on them it will have a code that says Z87. If it says Z87, I don't know if you can see it on mine, Z87, that means they're rated for, I believe, impact, okay? I could be wrong on that. Call me out. Put in the comments if you know more about this subject than I do, because I have been known to be wrong. So I got my safety glasses. I'm going to get my hearing protection on. I'm going to point the camera down and I'm going to sharpen some blades. You guys will listen to some music, not this blade sharpening. Enjoy, guys. Alrighty guys, well I'm all done sharpening these blades and I just had a good time doing it. I really do like doing it. It's kind of like an art for me, even though I don't really consider myself to be an expert. I just enjoy doing it. I enjoy kind of the idea of the perfectionism to it, the preciseness of it, even though I understand, I already admitted to you that I'm not very precise. But in my own mind, I'm trying to make the best product I possibly can. And I want to encourage you guys to make sure that you are keeping your blades sharp, because what that does is that prevents grass injury by tearing the grass, and it also gives you the best quality of cut because it's cutting well, and then also it reduces wear and tear on your equipment, because the duller your blades are, the harder time it has to get through that grass, and the harder your mower is going to have to work. Now, something else I realized I did not cover, which may affect some of you guys, especially if you're like a Troy-Bilt run Troy-Bilt mowers. I know that they have kind of a wavy mulching blade, and honestly, this technique can be applied to anything. There's no perfect science to it, especially to the mulching blades on the wavy mulchy blades. But I want you to know that there's really no good way to sharpen this except for what I've shown you already. It's really the same thing. I prefer to go with a flat blade if that's possible, and that's one of the reasons why I like Toro and Exmark, is because all their blades, even their atomic blades, are flat blades. So that's just about it for this video, and the next time you see me, we'll be doing tag time. So I'm going to get these blades on the mowers. Please leave a comment if you have any questions. If you have any better ways of sharpening blades, if you've got a setup, go ahead and, I can't remember if you can put a picture or not, but post a picture if you can, or just tell me about how you sharpen your blades. What's the method that you use? And maybe you just go dealer only. Just go ahead and put that comment in there too. Do you sharpen your own blades, or do you send it to the dealer? Or maybe you just buy brand new blades. I don't know. Because that is the thing. You can only sharpen blades so much before you actually do have to buy brand new blades, because you do kind of jack them up a little bit. So anyways, I'm going to get these blades on the mower, and then I'll come back and we'll do some tag time. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed the video of me sharpening my blades. I hope it was informative for you guys that have been thinking about doing it, or have been paying maybe to have a professional do it and you want to do it yourself. I just think it's always an interesting video to see how different people do it. You'll see a lot of different methods. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. And now we're at the point for my tag time. And my tag time, I didn't plan this very well today. I tried to plan it, but the one I was going to share with you, I'm not going to share, because last night I got done with my lawns, and I actually didn't get done with my lawns. What happened was I got sick. I was in heat exhaustion. I was chucking my McDonald's in the road. So I was in pretty bad shape, and I was cramping up real bad. Thought I was going to pass out. I almost did, and I might have for a minute, I don't know. But I was in really bad shape, and I got home, and I was doing pretty good. I took a shower for the most part, but I didn't want to engage my muscles any which way because they were cramping so bad. Well, I ended up in my bed, and I was cramping so bad that, I mean, I literally broke into tears. I was cramping so bad, and it wasn't just one muscle. It wasn't just a particular muscle group or anything like that. It was my entire body was cramping, and all I could do was just cry out. And my wife was really worried about me, and the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because it's related to my tag time. It's directly related to what it is that I rely on in times like that, when life is putting a cramp in my flow, you know, when all I feel like doing is just kind of crying. And I know I'm getting kind of vulnerable because we don't cry, right? We just don't do that. But I'll tell you, I do. The little guy does. When my whole body's cramping, when life is cramping me, yeah, man, I feel like crying sometimes. And I want you to know that my instinct is to cry out to God for whatever it is that I need. I fully believe that God is my provider. I fully believe that God is my healer, my protector, my deliverer, my savior. You name it, He is my everything. And sometimes it's these times in life where we're really cramped up, that sometimes we try to take care of things ourselves. Well, sometimes we find ourselves in spots where we just can't take care of ourselves. Things are happening, we just can't control it. Like my muscles, they were cramping everywhere. My wife even said that when I turned over once, she could actually even see a big bulge in the back of my leg where I was cramping real bad. And that happens in life. Sometimes our cramps are real obvious, and we need help. Well, my wife was helping me, you know, applying pressure where I needed it. But, you know, ultimately I told her, I says, you know what, if we believe that God is who He says He is, and we believe that God can do what he says he can do, then we need to leverage that power we have in Christ and ask for this healing. So that's what I did. I told her, I said, babe, if you believe it, I need you to pray. If you believe he can do this, then I need you to pray. And she did. And wouldn't you know it, wouldn't you believe it, within minutes. I mean, I've been cramping for probably an hour, and within minutes, I mean, not like 1 minute or 2 minutes, but maybe like 10, 15 minutes, with Kristen with her hands on my muscles, as she was praying and crying out to the Lord on my behalf, and as I was praying to God and crying out for him to help me, my body began to relax. And the next thing you know, that I could just feel the cramps leaving my body. And I like to say that it was absolutely permanent at that time, but I was in total comfort. But then once I said, Lord, I'm gonna get up and walk in faith that you have completely restored me, and I started cramping again. But the point of this is, I cried out to God. He brought me relief. Maybe it wasn't full, but today I'm walking around, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. I'm good to go. It could have been so much worse. But the point of this tag time is that when life is cramping you, cry out to God. Let him heal you. And here's the verse, Psalm 32. O Lord my God, I cried to you for help, and you have healed me. And I want you guys to know that, have you ever, I lived a different life at one time, and have you ever just been praying to the porcelain God? And you said, help me, help me, help me, I will never drink again. Have you ever done that? Well, I had a similar experience last night, except I said, I'm never going to mow lawns again. That's not what I said. And I didn't say that I wasn't going to neglect my body ever again. That's not what I said. What I said was, I will declare your goodness to everyone I know, and I will declare it immediately. Well, honestly, I was slow to obey because I didn't make this video yesterday, and I didn't tell anybody yesterday, but this is my attempt to be obedient, and that's why I had to substitute my tag time today for this story, because it's so important that we make good. If we make a promise to God, that we're going to do that. And I want you guys to know that God was good to me last night, and he restored my body, and here I am. I'm really sore. I'm not going to lie, I'm really sore, but the cramping is gone, and I'm in good shape. So praise be to God. I hope this strengthens your faith. I hope it encourages you. Maybe if you haven't even tried God, if you cry out with an honest heart, if you believe that he is who he says he is, and he can do what he says he can do, then I want you to know he will heal you. He will do his mighty work inside you, okay? And this isn't a promise from me. All I'm saying is just God works for me. God is a good God, and I see his as my life unfolds, how he has just consistently brought me out of hard times. He's consistently given me comfort where there was discomfort, and he can do that for you too. So with that in mind, thanks for watching, guys. Pray for me. You better believe I'm going to be praying for you. Love you guys, and peace.